Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video we'll be talking about Tropical Storm Celia, which has regained Tropical Storm status about a couple of hours ago. If you don't know how it regained Tropical Storm characteristics again, it organised overnight and came out with some wind shear, and they upgraded it to a Tropical Storm. But in the next 3-4 days, maybe 5, it'll probably become a hurricane. Now, depending on how strong it could be, Category 1 or Category 2, we don't know. Most likely, it will be a Category 1, and when it gets to Saturday, it's going to start weakening, and Sunday about 7 AM Central Daylight Time, it's when it's going to start weakening into what's called either a remnant low or an extratropical cyclone. So I will show you the modeling from my app, because the app that I was using yesterday, guys, that has some good satellite imagery on it. It's not as good as Tropical Tibbets, but I'll show you Tropical Tibbets in a minute. So we've got the cone here, guys. The forecast discussion. You want to go and read that. Go to the National Hurricane Center. If you want to read this, it's going to the NHC. They have everything on the NHC. Long wave infrared satellite imagery. I think it had a central location, I think so, towards the south. And yesterday it was more closer to Mexico here, and then it moved south, which was unexpected, because I thought that this was just going to scrape along the coast and deliver some rainfall to parts of Mexico, like Oaxaca and Colima and all that. But turns out it had a central location towards the more of the deep convection around the central circulation. It's still lopsided now. It's trying to get its act together. As soon as it gets its act together, this storm will probably start to intensify again, because it just needs this side of the storm to get a little bit more convection. Then wind speed probabilities, you can see here south of Nicaragua and Honduras, it was a tropical storm, because it did a loop on itself. It was a tropical depression, it was like this, and then did a loop, and then it went like that basically. So, wind speed probabilities, you have a 90 to 100% chance of tropical storm force winds offshore. Shore of Mexico, you have a 5 to 10% chance of tropical storm force winds. Baja California has got a 0% chance of tropical storm force winds. The Socorro Islands, you guys have got for Friday a 20 to 30 to 40% chance of tropical storm force winds, maybe 40% chance, 50. Show you intensity models right now. The intensity model should be up here somewhere. This is the Sapphire System Hurricane Wind Scale. Tropical storm goes from 39 miles an hour to 73 miles an hour, which in knots, that's 34 knots to 63 knots, and in kilometers an hour or kilometers an hour, it's 63 kilometers an hour to 118 kilometers an hour. That's for you guys in Mexico. Active storms, you see Celia, intensity models, here we go. Most of the models have been flopping down. Tropical storm status. A model wanted a category 3 to 4 yesterday. Some of the models want a category 2. Some of the models want category 1. They all back and forth. But most of them, they want a strong tropical storm to a strong category 1 hurricane. Now, whether that happens depends on the conditions in the Pacific. But any bad conditions in the Pacific, like upwelling, more upwelling from the system could occur, because we had upwelling off near the south coast of Nicaragua and Honduras. Yes, I think it was yesterday. It was moving. I think it was moving at 2 miles an hour, but it was well waters off the coast of Mexico. Here's all the model. Here are all the models. Most of them are a weak category 1 strong status. I'm going to show you the SSTs on Tibet. So I'm off tropical Tibet. I'm on tropical Tibet, and the GFS early on today, they were hitting off a tropical storm, or I think an ex-tropical storm in the northern Atlantic. Now I don't know whether it is a tropical storm or whether it is an ex-tropical storm. But I will show you the SST for the Pacific Ocean. Let's see. I'll quickly show you on here. We are now moving back down. This gets to minus 5.1. This gets to minus 5.1. That's basically a landing on American standards. For Australia, we have to get to 6 minus 6.0.1 for a landing on the Australian side. So, Pacific Ocean, Eastern Pacific, is Africa. Far California, the Gulf of California, you guys are getting 29, 27 degrees Celsius. North, the border of Mexico, and America, you got about 25 degrees Celsius. But I'll show you where the significant event from Celia. Here, so you got 24, 25, 26 degrees Celsius. it's probably like, I don't know, 600 meters below the sea surface, below the surface of the water. But in the East Pack, it's probably only about 50, maybe not even that, maybe 20 meters. So upwelling is any strong category 4, category 3 in the Pacific and stalls over the water for like 4 or 5 days. Could see some significant development. Some significant upwelling. But for the model runs, they want the Pacific to be a little bit quieter in the middle of June, which is good news. But towards the end of June, they want another 1 or 2 systems to form. If that does happen, then I think this will probably be the most active June in the Eastern Pacific, because we only get like 2 or 3 storms in the East Pack in June. In a La Nina season, you only see the odd 1 or 2. I'll show you the Atlantic SSTs right now. The Atlantic sea surface temperatures are piping hot. Caribbean is probably about below average, well, slightly below average, but that doesn't mean anything if it's below average. It can still produce strong hurricanes, but not as much as you saw like recent years in 2020, 2017, when we had Maria, 2016, 2004, when we had Ivan. You do, and then you see some 30-degree waters near the Bahamas, south of Florida, and near the coast of Louisiana and Mississippi. Now, don't get your guard down for Louisiana and Mississippi. You guys could have a storm there this year. Maybe not as strong as Ida, because the Eastern Gulf or the Western Gulf is meant to be a little bit suppressing activity this year, which is good news, because not much tropical storms will make landfall on Mexico or Texas, but you can still see a significant amount of hurricanes or tropical storms or major hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico. Depends on the upper ocean heat content, which is possibly extended down to more than a depth in the Gulf of Mexico, because the Gulf of Mexico is always warm, always all year round. The southern Gulf of Mexico is always warm, always year round, like this bit here, but near the coastline gets to about 16 degrees, maybe a bit higher than that. Gulf Stream is extending up. This is where they want this system for near Bermuda. Now, that's where Alex dissipated sometime early this month, because it came a tropical storm in 27 degree waters, dissipated a couple of hours before it affected Bermuda. So that could be the pattern if we see an extratropical system up here and it has a massive outflow band. Those outflow bands, once they go over warm water, you should start to see some circulation. Once you see some circulation start rotating, that essentially leaves you with an invest or a system. Wait for that to mark that. But other than that, Atlantic Basin's quiet. while the Atlantic Basin's quiet, it's also warming up, which is a bad sign, because when the Atlantic starts getting active towards the end of June, early July, and the activity starts ramping up late, very late July to mid-October, where we could see the deadly category 3 or 4s or even 5s move from the coast of Africa, the either to the Caribbean, or basically make landfall, maybe not make landfall where make landfall probably like a Irma type crack, but not that strong like Irma, probably like category 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe cat 5. Don't think we're going to see another Dorian this year. We're not seeing another Dorian this year. The Dorian was unprecedented, and of course it killed like nearly 30, 40 people in the Bahamas, maybe even more than that. And those guys are still recovering in the Bahamas, because they had, after that, had Isaias in 2020. I don't think they had a storm last year. I think they had some rainfall off Fred, and that's all they really had, because Fred formed like this, and then I probably had a bit of rainfall. Sorry. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share, and stay tuned for more updates when this becomes a 45 or 50 mile an hour tropical storm. I should see you all tomorrow. An update probably around about 5 to 8:30. Yes, British summertime. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. Share it with social media. It really helps the channel out. And stay put. And let's hope this hurricane season is not as deadly as it was last year. So I should see you all, hurricane trackers, in the next video. Peace.